Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. I am back here in Hootbold with Edith, and she looks like she's recovered so far. How are you feeling?
There is still much to learn.
Pineleaf, I've received word from Cliving that I must relate to you. Walnut has been notified of the events of the Wheaton and has requested to speak with you about the outcome of your prior investigation. He requests your presence at the dungeons under the Cliving Mead Hall. Yeah. Oh, what was someone? What did someone try to kill the Reeve instead of for revenge or something like that? But instead for other purposes. Like, he didn't want to reveal that the Reeve was a traitor, but he wanted to get rid of the Reeve. Maybe that's what was going on? Who knows? I guess we're going to go and find out. Hello there, Walnut. You said you had some news for me?
Our mission is dire.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Pineleaf. Thank you for heeding my summons. Word has traveled to me of the events transpiring in Hootbold and Reeve Othaward. After further investigation, I now have no doubt that it was Othaward who was responsible for the crimes within Cliving. I believe that Othaward used Malberth to acquire the phial of poison. He later used the poison upon his blade to mortally wound St. Mildred's son in a duel. He likely hid the poison in the pantry, hoping that none would discover it. When the phial was found, he stole Swiththorn's dagger and murdered Malberth in his home, covering up his trail. Um, Kennegath and Ondasald have both confirmed seeing Oswald at the crime scenes, but had not considered him a suspect. Yeah, I suppose that's a possibility, because he's the Reeve. Who would suspect the Reeve? Mildred. All of the pieces fit together, Pineleaf. We owe Weefugel quite an apology. Speak with him and ask how we might make amends for our improper accusations. Well, we'll see what he thinks about that. Ah, well, sorry about that. Looks like there was a little bit of a misunderstanding. You could stop kicking. We could open up the door. How about that?
We must turn to the offensive.
Arthur's corruption could not have been known, but I hope that his deception has taught the people of Cliving not to judge others based solely on appearances. Even the strongest man's heart can be tempted and twisted by desire. I harbor no grudges against you nor Walthot for the unjust arrest, but might I make a small request for amends of my imprisonment? I would request that Walnut draft a company of able men and make the reclamation of the crofting lands lost to the orcs our main task. The farms of my family and many others have been lost due to Otherwar's intentional negligence. Will you submit the request on my behalf? Yes, I shall submit the request. Least I could do, especially considering that the reason for our particular strategy that was done here was for very bad reasons.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Wigfogod has handled things quite reasonably. I suspect he is pleased to know that he will soon be free again. His request is fair and selfless, but it is not minor. Retaking the corrupting lands will require many riders and will take quite some time, yet I dare not deny his request its worth. I will begin assembling a company at once. Perhaps in time we will see it completed. On the behalf of the people of the Norcrofts, thank you for your services, Pineleaf. Thank you. Ah, well, that is at least finally settled. Now, I'm sure Wormtongue or the King has heard about these events by now, so perhaps I should check at the crossing and find out if there's any word on the end of my exile. Hello, Horn. I've managed to rebuild a town, save the Sucrovs, find a Reeve that was a traitor, and all sorts of things, and even restore some justice that, well, I guess I might have accidentally miscarried here. So, what have you been doing during your exile? I think we'll put our exile to Adoras to good use, Pineleaf. Yes, right. You mean I haven't been putting it to good use so far? Well, yes, some good has come out of the Theoden's King's command. Let we not return to the Gold Hall, but there's certainly more that we can do. Yes, I confess I am having trouble finding a positive light in which to cast Aylmer's imprisonment by his uncle, or the sending away of Master Glewine. We must find hope where we may, I suppose. We should ride against the mounted minions of Saruman in the Sudcrops. Let us bring peace to the people of East Rohan, for that is where the king commands us to stay. Well, I suppose I should, especially considering that if I'm a Thane of Hootfold, that means, yeah, the Sucrops is my home territory. I just remember I'm a vassal of Reed Fostred. Oh, fun! Well then, let's go and kill some mountain enemies in my usual way, on foot. Ah, here's one now who is on a warg. Liking to start fires, apparently. Ha! One down! And I'm sure there'll be many more to go. We need to clear out. I may have taken care of some threats, but apparently there are more lurking around in the Sucrops all over the place. Once we take care of the mounted ones, then we also have to take care of the unmounted ones. I'm sure we have many more foes to worry about. This is going to be a real painful growing season, isn't it? I can only hope that if we survive this war, that we'll be able to find some means to make up for the loss of growing season. There you go. That's 2 down. Got another one here. They like starting fires, don't they? Ouch, 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 ouch. There we go. And number 4 right here. There you go. Oh, hold on. What's this? A harp? What's a harp doing here? It doesn't seem to be in very good shape. What about Horn will think about it? Horn, I found this harp on one of the goblins.
What did you find? A harp, you say?
Yes, that harp seems to be an odd choice of weapons to use by one of Saruman's minions. What? I know this instrument, Pineleaf. How often did I listen to its beautiful music, played first to instruct, and only later to entertain? This is the harp of my master Glewine. Did he run afoul of Saruman's minions? Uh-oh, that's a problem. Ooh. Well, this is... Ooh. This is a setting for a war steed setting. I could actually use a bridal setting in here. Tactical mastery, physical and tactical mastery. Mastery with in combat war steed endurance regen. Yeah, actually, that's probably the thing that I need most.
My master's harp was trampled by heavy feet. Did he meet his end?
See how these wooden frame of this has been splintered? My master's harp has been trampled by heavy feet, and the strings cut. It could be repaired given enough time and the right materials. Might the same be true of my master? Lewin is not a young man, and he never was much of a warrior. With his dismissal fresh in his mind, did he stumble upon the thrall of Saruman's and meet his end? I cannot think this way, Pineleaf. He would still have escaped his fate and made his way to a settlement. Snowbourne is not far from here, to the southeast. We should go there and ask him for signs of my master. Well, I suppose if he went to Hootbold, I would have known about that. Very well. I'll head over to Snowbourne and find out if Leowin is there. Hello there. Have you seen an elderly musician enter this town?
I do not think I have seen your friend.
No, that description is not familiar to me. There have been many ragged folk streaming into Snowbourne of late, but I do not think I have seen your friend. You might try southwest of here, by the barracks. There was a disturbance there earlier today, what with all these new people in town. Could be you'll find your friend there. I'm willing to wager he did not come to Snowbourne by horse while I was here. I am sorry. Well, I suppose he might have come on foot. It's a possibility. Now, let's see if I could find any word of our lost musician. I suppose missing musician might have been better, considering that I like things to be illiterate. Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, hello, Leowena. Sounds like you've had a little bit to drink.
Hey, you! You there, you! Stay out of my way! You!
You're not very much in good shape. Well, hello there. How long has he been there? You have any idea?
I know a few remedies for drunkenness. Your friend may need them.
So, is that your friend? Yes, he's been deep in his cups ever since yesterday, and will be of no use to anyone until he crawls out of them again. I have a few remedies that might speed up the process, if you'd like to try one. One of them involves a mixture of honey and water. Another involves the chewing of almonds. And I have heard that a poultice made of raw swamp cabbage can ease drunkenness when rubbed on one's forehead. Perhaps one of these will help. Rubbing swamp cabbage on the forehead. I am not going to place bets on that working. Actually, he is pretty drunk. He might need all three of them. I can tell you where to find the remedies if you have a moment. So I need some honeycomb, a bladder of water, a handful of snowborn almonds, and swamp cabbage. And I've got to pick the latter myself. Wonderful. Simply, simply, simply wonderful. Ah, here are the almonds. Well, if he doesn't like them, I could have a few myself. All right, maybe I'll take out a second handful. Hello there. Is there a water bladder anywhere around here?
Yes, I can give you a bladder of water. It's the least I can do.
Yes, I've been drawing water for all of the thirsty new arrivals of Snowbourne. This should do. Thank you. Now, let's see if I could find some honey. You would think you'd be able to find some honey around here. Corey Olson was talking about the rather strange lack of honey here in Snowbourne. Well, it looks like we've got some now. Considering the number of beehives you must have around here in order to maintain a good supply of mead. That's another matter. Now, let's head out into the swamp and look for some swamp cabbage. Ah! Swamp cabbage. Well, we'll see how effective it is. Well, it sort of smells awful. I'm not too sure there's too much else that I want to be able to do with the little swamp cabbage. Yeah, picked up the most pungent. Maybe it's not the rubbing it on the forehead that helps against drunkenness, but the proximity of the swamp cabbage to the nose of whoever is in the area. That's all I gotta say. Wait. Who's that over there? Rook? What's Rook doing here?
What is this world coming to?
Greetings! I'm Rook, a wizard of Dunland. Yeah, I know. I remember your palantir, your many-colored robe, and oh yeah, and your ring of power. Yes, yes. While I would not normally stoop to asking for aid, it seems my Avank has grown tired on our journey eastward to learn more about the magics for the Easterlings. If you would help me, I'll be happy to reward you with the finest of treasures. By the way, stranger, you look familiar. Have we met? Uh, maybe? Possibly? I might have seen someone like you before.
Stay and hear me out.
Yes. Hungry then? Yes. The Zavak is very particular about this taste of meat, you see. It would only eat the finest of meats for the strongest of the beasts in Rohan. Fortunate for him, strong beasts lurk all around here. Fetch me some meat, and I will see you rewarded. From the strongest and most dangerous beasts in Rohan. What else?
I do not ask much of you.
I don't understand. He was so spry this morning, but now he will not budge. Perhaps he's thirsty. He did slow down this afternoon before he stopped, of course. I spotted a bucket as he and I passed across the Entwash. Would you go to fetch some water? Rook. He hasn't changed any, I see. He has not changed at all. In one bit in the slightest. Now, let's see. Find a bucket. Well, I don't know about this. I also have to look for the strongest and most powerful of beasts while I'm at it. What will be a strong enough and powerful enough beast for Rook? Wolverines? Hey, this is Rook we're talking about. He would never notice the difference, right? He can't tell the difference between Oh. Let me get my more robust spears out. Yes. My full spears. My nice, thick, powerful spears that I use when I'm in melee. Yeah, alright, much better. Yes, this will do very, very well. No need to fight anything like Mumak or anything like that. Or these boars. Yeah, let's go after these wolverines. The mightiest of beasts that are here in the area. Ah, the bucket. Here it is, right next to the river. At least I'll make it convenient for filling with water. Now, let's get back to Rook. And let's give a little splash to the Avok. And that didn't work any.
What is this world coming to?
What a splash that was! Hopefully my journey will begin anew in just a moment. Well, there is that. And also, I
Why are you bothering me?
have the meat here. Yes, for all the trouble that was, he had better enjoy this. Here's your reward as promised. Alright.
Will you let me speak my piece?
Puzzling. Very, very puzzling indeed. You should give him a good talking to. Perhaps I was too gruff with him earlier. Yes, that will surely work. Just make sure you get his attention first. He can be very easily distracted, you know. Alright, well, I will see what I can do. Let's try giving a little whistle. Alright, let's poke it a little bit. Well, I don't know about you, but I think this thing is dead. The trouble is, Rook hasn't noticed this yet. Guess I'll have to tell him the truth about something for a change.
This is intolerable.
Yes, he can't be dead. I don't believe you. He was fine just a moment ago. You just don't know how to talk to him. Here, let's try again.
I'll not be ignored.
Well, this is problematic. Yes, you're the one who did this. But no matter, we can make a trade. I will take that beautiful war steed of yours, and you can have this Avok. You're kidding me, aren't you? Really? No.
What is this world coming to?
It's dead, you say? Well, that's a rather beside the point, is it not? I must travel east and finally gain all the knowledge I need to become a wizard. And you will not stand in my way. I'm the Thane of Hootbold. What are you going to do to stop me? Really? That's how you're going to try to stop me? You think that... Yes, I'm a hobbit. I'm small. But you think they just go wrong making any hobbit Thane of Hootbold? I shall trifle with you no longer. One day you will understand the power this wizard yields. You'll see. He's crazy. Yep. Very definitely dead. Well, let's get back to the Sootcrofts and try out these remedies. Well, it's definitely the smell of the cabbage in near the nose that wakes them up. On the forehead, that whole bit about the forehead is preposterous. Will these remedies help to bring Glewinne out of his stupor? We have to find that out in the next episode of Complete Pineleaf.